I just watched a video. This isn't right. The impact of AI data centers on residents and their utility bills. And I didn't know there were that many data centers in the U.S. and that many AI hubs in the U.S. It's a good video to watch. And people are getting pissed off. I did know that those kinds of things are always built, in the middle of nowhere / away from rich people, because rich people don't like industry. They don't like things built in their backyard except for their rich houses and nice scenic stuff and their rich schools and their fancy parks and all the nice getaway locations, that sort of thing, around them. And they have the money to make it happen. Poor people stuff is for poor people, and that's where it goes. They want all the crap, all the dirt and mud of the world by the dirt people. And if you think that's just ghetto blacks, then wake up, poor whites. Because all the sludge that's used to power the world is coming to a neighborhood near you. So, yeah. And I looked through the comments on some of the videos, and yeah, that's right. I was going to say, I don't get why data centers aren't forced to build their own power plants, but I mean, I do. It's an extra cost, and then that would be an extra cost. And, the one in the videos in Port Washington, that's in Wisconsin. I grew up in Wisconsin, so naturally I have it pisses me off a little bit more. Port Washington is just a little bit north. It's like 45 minutes or an hour north of where I grew up. And so, yay. And every time you do a search nowadays, because everybody uses Google, in almost every search, there's that AI thing that comes up first, whether you want it or not. And I'm just wondering if the websites that AI references, because that's how those AI things come up with it. They don't generate anything on their own. The AI thing references all the websites. You see the links below the AI thing. That's what it pulls the information from. I don't know if Google gives if there's any money given to those websites. Because supposedly when you click on a website, there's supposed to be a little bit, somehow websites get money when you click on the link. Like they get advertising revenue or something for every 100 or 1,000 visits to the website. I don't know. It's some weird advertising thing or some shit. So I don't know. I don't know how that AI overview thing factors into that. But whatever. I just want to know how many data centers are in Canada, Mexico, UK, France, Spain. I just want to know how badly the American populace is getting hosed compared to the rest of the world. And same with China. But I mean, I want to know, are we as Americans being really, really lied to, about China? Like, because I see videos on China, and their cities are just amazing, and their projects are amazing that they're being able to build. The ones that I see videos of. Whenever I see construction and stuff in America, it's mainly on roads. For example, I don't really ever see or know about like housing construction or anything like that, or I don't know, just anything good. And we constantly hear about like Dow Jones, stock market hitting a new high and all that stuff. But we don't hear about the things we should be hearing about. I watch videos about the things that we should be hearing about, but we don't hear, for instance, like the White House talking about things that we should be hearing about, because the White House is more interested about deporting 3,000 people a day than it is about instituting better agricultural practices and better energy practices and cleaner air and water and better disaster relief and disaster prevention. It's more interested in doing all of this garbage that, let's face it, racists want. They want brown people beat. They want brown people beat down. So or they want images of brown people beat down. Because I just saw Mexicans outside laying fiber optic cable again, doing the work that needs to be done. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, if white people are really bitching about jobs that they want, well, you know, go out and fill out an application and work for whatever those guys are taking. Because, you know, do their job. Fill out the application and take whatever money that employer was taking. Because, I mean, but, or vote for a Democrat who says, we're going to raise the minimum wage, the federal minimum wage, by $7 an hour. And we're going to mandate that all of these companies are going to have to whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Just you're bitching too much. You're bitching way too much. In Arkansas, Arkansas was raising the minimum wage when I was living there. I was looking at the minimum wage, and this was years ago. This was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. The last time I was looking at the minimum wage was, I think, in 2022 was the last time I looked at it. Well, I can look at it now, right now. It's now $11 per hour. And it was in effect since 2021. Yeah, okay. In 2018. So, yeah, it went in 2018, apparently. So, they started increasing it in 2018. And it went. So, in Arkansas, the minimum wage is $11 an hour. And that's probably raised the cost of some stuff. I would guess, but that means that every week a person's gross income is $440. So 1,600, 40, 160, 1,760 a month gross, a full-time job, 40 hours a week. So that's at least decent, and the place I was paying rent on was, when I left, same as here, 550. So that corporation has probably raised the rent to like 650 or something like that. So if the rent is 650 on a gross 1750 a month, the withholdings probably take it down to $1,500 or $1,400. That means that that person probably can get by, along with the SNAP benefits. If the person still has SNAP benefits, they're probably doing okay. So the federal minimum wage benefit, minimum wage, I mean, if it even went up to $11 or $12 would be a good bump for states like Arkansas. It obviously wouldn't help states that are already above that point, but it would help places like Texas that are working on the 725. And I tell you this much, if I were a United States representative, that's one of the first things I would do. And that would be the only thing in the bill, because that's a big problem with a lot of these bills that representatives put on. They have like 1,400 things in the bill. You need to start doing things in bills that are just one fucking thing at a time. So it's nice and easy to get people either on board or not on board. One thing at a time. Pass a bill that just does one thing, so you can see where everyone is, and you just do it one thing at a time and say, that guy's against this, and you just have like 40 bills that you're voting on this day, and they're each on this one thing, and there you go. That way you can go back at the end of the day. You can go back to the American public, and just at the end of the day, the American public can just go on a website and just be like, House Resolution, Minimum Wage Act increase, this increase. You don't have to name it anything other than what it fucking is. And everybody, when they get home from work, they can just look at what it is, click on it. There's my representative. He voted no on raising my pay, what I get paid at McDonald's. He said no, I'm not voting for that asshole anymore. Because he's my boss. My boss is that guy where I work and my representative. And he said no to giving me a pay raise. Fuck that guy. That's my issue. That is my voting issue. That guy said no to giving me more money. Fuck that guy. I don't need to know anything more. I don't need to know about Gaza. I don't need to know about healthcare. I don't need to know about anything else. That guy said no to giving me more money. Fuck him. And there we go. The Democrats just won every new House seat. Every fucking one of them. I don't know about the Senate seat, but of course, Fox News and probably would be like, well, that'll cause you to pay more for groceries and this and that and blah, blah, blah. You're like, yeah, of course it'll cost more. But would you rather have, it'll cost more, but you'll get paid more. And you have to do the cost benefit. Be like, we're not asking for a quarter more an hour. We're asking for $3 more per hour, and you have to stretch that out over this and this. It's about numbers. You need to teach people how to do math with numbers. See, I just did the numbers in my head because I play Forex games, so I need to do mental arithmetic in my head all the fucking time. Anyways, data centers. What are you going to do? I tell you what we're going to do about data centers. This is what I think we need to do about data centers. We're going to have optical computers soon. All right. So this is what we're going to do about data centers. We've been giving subsidies to SpaceX. What we're going to do about data centers is the United States is going to keep subsidizing things like SpaceX and Blue Origin and stuff. And soon they're going to have very good, very reliable, reusable spaceships. I propose we start building the data centers in orbit, in a high Earth orbit. All right? And we start powering data centers in orbit with solar power. Because in orbit, when does the sun go down? It never goes down. It's sunny all the time. So, and solar power is getting very, very efficient. Very efficient. It's over 20% efficient. So you can build out the data centers. You can design them so that they're modular, so that you just keep sending shit up and you just keep connecting them laterally, and the one way solar power, one way the data center, boom, 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 boom. And they just get bigger and bigger. Each time you need more data, you need more power, data, power, and then you can just start building another one. Boom, 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 boom. And that way you don't need to build them on Earth. And we'll have optical computers and optical relay networks, meaning light. So things will be, the relays will be using light. So the data transmission will be not limited by uh, electricity, the speed of electricity back and forth, but will be limited by the speed of light, the communication speed of light. So uh, physicists and engineers will just need to work out the communications between the ground satellites, the ground communication, and the uplink of that. So naturally, there will be some problems or whatever with that, but you know, that's for them to figure out. You know, put them up there, build it out fine. There is lots of space in space. Do it up there. And there's going to be a lot of job growth in that industry. And yeah, and we need to start training a new era of young people for all of that stuff. Of course, people that are the high level caliber for ICE agents, well, I don't know if they would have uh, I don't know if they would, measure up for those missions, but I'm sure we got someone that can do that job. Some percentage of Americans that can do all of that stuff. And that's why I also say, free education for all American citizens for life. Of course, we have to change we have to overhaul education in America dramatically. This administration sucks. I mean, that's why I made the hat. That's right here. That says Trump sucks at everything. Because Trump sucks at everything. Right? And his staff seems to suck at everything too. He's put a whole bunch of yes men around him. Yes men and people that have their own agenda of self-aggrandizement and new Third Reichish shit. You know, so I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but you gotta get rid of that. Anyways, the video is 30 minutes, and I want people to watch this, so I'm gonna end it here. Tax rich people, kneecap rich people, boobs.